What's up, y'all? It's your girl Megan, and today it's a bit different. I hope y'all can hear me because instead of having music, I'm on the beach, so it's just waves in the background, which inspires today's EP, which is about crashing waves. And for one, I'm a little behind on the EPs because I was just in a fog, not really knowing what to say, not really having nothing in particular to speak about, but just knowing that I gotta stay true to what I'm doing and what I said I'm gonna achieve and accomplish. So today's EP title is Crashing Waves, which is basically don't get consumed by the waves that life comes with, because life is one big wave. It's one big roller coaster. It's ups, it's down. You have good days, you got bad days. Just figure out what it is that you inspire, what it is that you want to accomplish, what it is that you see for yourself, what you do in your free time. What do you do with the space when it's just you and you? Learning what your wave is and learning how to not swim against the waves but swim with it. Learning how to stay true to who you are and your timing and what God has for you, because God made us all differently. We all have our own set of DNA. You are even different from your siblings, and y'all have similar DNA. But you still have your own brain. You still have your own thinking process. You still got your own wave of life as you grow and mature and adult and grow into your own space and move out of your parents' house and move away from family and move for jobs and do all of these inspirational things that you desire to accomplish because you put your mind to it. I'm on the beach, and this EP was inspired. I had a friend, and I told him, like, ask me a question. And they was like, what do you feel right now? And I just closed my eyes, and I sat there. And for a second, in the beginning when I closed my eyes, I felt very overstimulated by the waves. It felt like it was coming too fast. It was very loud because I closed my eyes so I couldn't see. I just had to listen and feel. But then as I sat there and I breathed and I just continued to be in that space of solitude, I came to a sense of peace and serenity with knowing like it's just the ocean and there's so much life in this big body of water that's sitting in front of me. But it's so beautiful and it's such a blessing because it shows you the creations that God created, and we are all connected, like the wind blowing to blow the waves and the motion of the animals that's really in this water. It all works together, you know. So it really touched me when we came to the topic of crashing waves and just finding your own wave, because I really dedicated like the month of May to really finding what is it that Megan likes, what is it that Megan's into hobby wise, what do I want to spend my time on outside of what I was used to my daily norm being. Now that it's just me in my own space and, you know, in a space of growing and, again, adulting in my own independence, it leaves a lot of free time, you know, because high school is very routine. Grade school is very routine. So it's like a lot of college students can relate. When you get out on your own and it's really up to you to make all the decisions for yourself, it can become overwhelming. All the inconveniences in life, we've already had an EP about inconveniences, but all the inconveniences in life it can be overwhelming, you know. You can plan something and then not go the way that you want it to. That feel like a wave just, you know, drown your hoes. Feel me? But you can't be consumed by that. You can't let the inconveniences, the things you can't control, the negatives, and all the waves that may be coming in your space to deter you. You can't let it deter you, because this is your life. And at some point, you have to be in control of how your story is being written. And I'm sure I said in previous episodes where it's time for you to get the pen and write the next chapter of your life of how you want it to go, and just ride your wave and do your thing and find your lane and stay in your zone and do what works for you, despite what your family say, despite what your friends doing. What's working for you? What's helping you gain a sense of peace, a sense of security, a sense of understanding, and, you know, structure, a foundation? What's your foundation? Throughout these waves in life, what are your morals? What are you standing on? These are all things that I sit and ask myself, you know. And this is me just being real. This is a EP off the dome because, y'all, I was having a brain fog. I'm like 3 EPs behind, I ain't gonna lie. So this is Thursday's EP. But I'm just talking to y'all, having heart to heart, because sometimes, you know, street runner, gotta start running sometimes. I'm at the beach just to get a little inspiration, just to get a little flow. And while we're talking about finding our own wave and riding it, don't really get caught in the mix of riding somebody else's wave. Don't be fanned out over what somebody else is doing. Don't be jealous or, you know, and regret that what somebody else got going on ain't what you got going on. Learn how to be true to yourself and be grateful for where you stand in your process of your life. Learn how to work hard and put your mind to obtaining all the things that you desire, rather it's what somebody else got or what you desire, you know. If you see somebody else a pair of shoes that cost $1,000 and that you like, dang, I wish I had that, woo. Don't be a hater and be like, them niggas shoes fake, you know what I'm saying? But actually, still, use that as motivation. Like, all right, bet, now I'm gonna work, boom, now I'm gonna pop out with my $1,000 shoes. But if that's your motives, you know what I'm saying? Don't have that internal intentions towards situations, but use it as motivation instead of being a hater and being jealous or envious. You know, some people really don't have a personality. Who are you? These are all things, you know, after grief, after heartbreak, after processing things in life, these are all things that we have to sit with in order to heal, in order to grow, in order to be better in any aspect of your life. You got to know you. You got to know how you shape back. You got to know how you respond. You got to know what you put in your mind to. You got to know, you got to stand 10 toes in what you believe so that you have an unwavering practice and consistency and persistence in this life. Because life's going to have its courses. What would life be if everything came good and sweet? You know what I'm saying? It would be easy. It would be no conflict. Good and evil, if that's what we against. So it's like making the right decision and finding the things that work for you and standing strong in it and being confident in those things and being consistent with seeing it play out and executing plans, not just planning them. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? I ain't posting 3 days, but I'm still posting. And that's the whole point. I'm still putting my mind to it. I'm still trying to seek motivation. I'm still on that grind. So it's not about, you know, the things that it may look on the outside. It's about the work that you put in there behind the scenes that nobody see, that nobody talks about. And honestly, it's easier said than done, you know. We're human beings. We have feelings. But again, when you know better, you do better. You're in control and you're responsible for your thinking processes. So it's just like, there's really no excuse at this point. In this generation, 2026, it's just like you have access to all things in the click of a button in a matter of seconds. Your phone, like a lot of people don't have an identity or a personality outside of social media or their phone. Like, who are you? What do you bring to the table? When you're not on Instagram or logged out, what are you putting your mind to? When you're not doom scrolling on TikTok or posting TikToks for validation or views, what are you putting your mind to? If somebody's not congratulating you or validating you, does that make you not work harder? People with pick me energy. Why? Just be confident and be seen for all the right reasons, not because, you desire attention. Attention is an addiction. I don't know where I heard that. Somebody said that recently this week, but attention is a bad addiction. People do strange things for attention. So it's just like, when it really comes down to it, who are you and what's your wave and where is it taking you, Are you just riding in? Are you surfing? Are you drowning? Are you swimming consistently? Like, where do you stand in the wave of your life? And in a matter of what makes you you? And y'all, I feel like I'm rambling at that point, but this is a short EP just because I'm doing voice memos. I'm still improvising, but this is what was on my heart, and I'd rather post something than post nothing. And I really hope y'all feel me. I really hope y'all, are still sticking with me, still having faith in me, still seeing my consistency. Again, feel free to engage at any time. We're doing this together, we're building community. Yeah, I'm on the beach. I hope the waves wasn't too much in the background. I hope y'all can really hear me. But yes, ride your wave. Don't ride nobody else's wave. Just do you. And all things that are for you will come to you and will be aligned. I really put in the work in May, and I sat down and I put my mind towards really being intentional about my free time, man. The things that I'm doing when I'm not at work or when I'm not, being productive or out or, hanging out or anything. And it got me here. Like, I was already kind of doing my thing, but actually doing it daily, having a habit and routine. It adds value, adds a structure behind it, It adds a block to my foundation. So, within all of that, find peace within your wave. And don't be consumed or overwhelmed by the things that, again, you cannot control, because life's going to have its courses. But you're in control of all of that. And that's it for today's EP. And maybe the next one might be by the water, or I might just write it on the water. But y'all, I'm still putting my mind to it. No matter what the setup is, no matter how I gotta post it, it don't take nothing to just record and put my heart into my craft at all times. But I love y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. This one's pretty short. But I'll see y'all in the next 2 EPs.